Dear students, you are welcome in the Education Department at SHAHD Association. Our lesson today is Mulan meets the challenges. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more lessons and don't forget to activate the bell to stay notified. Our objectives are to read the legend, to answer some referential and inferential questions, to use context clues to find out the meanings of the underlined words in the story, to write a summary. Dear students, let's remember together what we mean by legends. Legends are very old stories that have some basis in historical truth. The legends of Robin Hood and King Arthur are famous examples. For today, the story of Mulan is a legend that comes from ancient China. Let's read together our story to determine the setting, characters, the problem, solution, the most important events of our story, to write summary by the end of our lesson. Mulan meets the challenges. Long ago, in a village in northern China, there lived a girl named Mulan. One day, her mother heard her sighing sadly. "What's the matter, Mulan?" asked her mother. "Mother, Mongol invaders are attacking our land, and the emperor is calling for troops. I saw the poster at the market yesterday with a list of names. Father's name is on the list, but he is old and weak. He cannot fight, and he has no grown son. What are we to do?" asked her mother. "We have to obey the emperor's orders." "I know what I can do," said Mulan. "I will go to the market and buy a horse and a saddle. I must fight in father's place." So the time of our story is long ago. The place is in a village in northern China. The problem is Mulan's father's name is on the list of troops, and he is a weak and old man. Now, what do we mean by sighing? Deep, audible breath expressing sadness. What do we mean by invaders? Attackers. "You cannot do that," cried her mother. "You are a girl." "My beautiful daughter," said her father, "you must not do that. I will fight." But Mulan was determined. She went to the market and bought a horse and a saddle. Early the next morning she dressed in an armor and hid her hair under the heavy helmet. She said a sad farewell to her father, mother, sister, and little brother, and rode to join the troops as her father's son. By nightfall, the troops camped by the bank of the Yellow River, and at sunrise they left the Yellow River and rode to the Black Mountain. At night Mulan could hear the enemy horses neighing far away. Now, what do we mean by the word determined? Having made a firm decision and being resolved not to change it. Neighing, whinny. Mulan rode 10,000 miles with the troops and fought hundreds of battles. She endured the hardship of long rides, fierce battles, and cold camps at night, knowing that her father was safe. Many generals died in the battles, but Mulan was a skillful and courageous fighter. She was much respected by the men and was awarded the rank of general. During the many years of fighting, no one ever suspected that Mulan was a woman. After 10 years, the emperor summoned her to the high palace. He praised her for her leadership and courage and gave her many gifts of gold. But Mulan said she did not want any gifts. All she wanted was to return home. The emperor agreed and soldiers escorted her home. What do we mean by suspected? Suspected means doubt or belief. Summoned, call for, ask for. The news of her return had reached her parents, who had come to the village gate to greet her. "We are so proud of you," cried her mother. "You have done the whole village proud," said her father. In her armor, Mulan walked home with her arms around her proud parents. The soldiers followed them to participate in the celebrations being prepared in Mulan's honor. At home, Mulan entered her bedroom. Home at last, she said happily. She took off her helmet and her armor and put on one of her beautiful silk kimonos. She shook her hair free, brushed it and tied it with a silver comb. She looked beautiful. You can imagine the surprise of the men when Mulan appeared in the doorway. They could not believe that for 10 years they had fought at her side and never guessed they were fighting next to a woman. The story of Mulan's bravery spread across China. To this day, everyone remembers the brave young woman who loved her family and served her country, asking nothing in return. This is our story for today. Please write the elements of the story. Remember that the elements of a story are the title, setting, when and where, the characters, the problem, and the solution. Now, how would you describe Mulan's character? She is a brave, daring warrior girl who loves her family and her country. What physical qualities do you think she had? Now let's review together the main ideas of our legend. Long ago in China, there lived a girl named Mulan. One day, Mulan was sighing sadly because Mongol invaders were attacking her land. The emperor called for troops. He asked every man from every family to fight the Mongols. Her father's name was on the list, but he was sick and old and couldn't fight. Mulan didn't want her father to go to fight, so she went to the market, bought a horse and a saddle, and decided to fight instead of her father. She dressed in an armor, hid her hair under the helmet, and joined the troops. Mulan fought hundreds of battles without anyone knowing that she was a girl. She was respected by all the fighters and was awarded the rank of a general. 10 years later, the emperor summoned her to his palace. He gave her many gifts of gold. All that Mulan wanted was returning back home. Mulan returned back to her village. Everyone was proud of her. The men couldn't believe that for 10 years they had fought by her side, not knowing that she was a girl. To this day, everyone remembers the brave girl who loved her family and saved her country. That's all. Thanks for watching. If you liked this lesson, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more, and don't forget to click the bell to get all the updates.